So I'm having a blast with YouTube, vlogging, DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm filming on. And I want to respond to a great comment I got about balancing what I do as a graphic recorder and what I do as a marketing director for the Milford Arts Council. And I'll probably split this video up into a few parts, so this is like the introduction. So for today, for instance, I have a client deadline, and I have a deadline I just finished. My wife and I just got back from Atlanta, Georgia, and I was communicating with the client pretty much from right before I left, even when I was en route, like from West Haven to New York to Georgia. So I was communicating with the client. They wanted some work done. I was trying to get everything finished before I flew to Georgia. That didn't quite happen. I got probably like 75% of it, 80% of it done. And then the rest of the work I finished while I was actually on the plane. So with that balance of having vacation, having a day job, and being a graphic recorder, illustrator, that type of thing, sometimes I don't want to say make sacrifices, but I just really consider the fact that I have all these things that I'm juggling. So I was able to get the revisions finished while I was on the flight, while I was having, snacks and things like that. And I got everything finished before we landed. And then the client loved it, and they saw that I went above and beyond. When I could have just been like, well, I'm going on vacation and I'll see you guys when I get back and you'll get the work when I get back. But that's not really the reputation I want to create with any of my clients. Point number 2, so going back to the day job, the marketing director for the Milford Arts Council, which is a very demanding job, and I took it knowing that it was going to be demanding. But what comes with that is also the flexibility. Like, I'm filming this today and I'm working remotely, and I go into the office Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So while I get a lot done, I think I get more done on my remote days. I'm able to kind of parse it out and space it out so that I'm able to get that recharge time. I'll take a break. I finish at 4, so I'm probably working from 9 to 4 or 9 to 6 some days, and then I fit in my freelance work. So it's all about creating that balance so everything works. And then I also have 2 notebooks. For me, I think writing things out helps me retain information. So this notebook is for my freelance work, my entrepreneurship, and then I have another notebook that I use for everything that I do for the Milford Arts Council. So I keep those separate so there's no overlap, and I'm able to just kind of literally check off everything that needs to get done day by day, whether it's entrepreneurship and also just what I do for the Milford Arts Council. So my clients do know that I have a day job as a marketing director. I never let that conflict, but it's like I take meetings usually either on my break when I'm in the office, or if I'm working remote, obviously I have more flexibility and time to just create those meetings and have those conversations. But I just try to work efficiently, get everything front-loaded in terms of my questions answered from the client, and then just making sure they know what the expectations are, and then vice versa. I always get 50% up front, if not the full amount if possible. This client that I just worked with, that I did the artwork for on the plane, they gave me a full advance, and that's why it was more important to get everything done, I think, ahead of schedule, because they had a website launch and all these other things. Just being really communicative with the client, and then just kind of getting what their communication was in terms of the assets they needed, because it was definitely quite a few assets that needed to get finished. So I was able to balance that. Other things I do, fitness is really important to me. Waking up, eating right, working out, having my black coffee, and being able to just jump into getting work done. I really like having a TV show on in the background, either something I've seen or something new that I can pay attention to. That actually helps me keep focused. And then if I'm working out or if I'm graphic recording and I really don't need the outside interference, I will listen to some music or something like that. But what helps me to recap is just to write everything out, keep a solid schedule, keep my promises, because if I'm not keeping my promises to my clients or to the Milford Arts Council, it causes issues. And then being accountable if things don't get done when they're supposed to. But I'm usually very, very good about getting things done, asking a lot of questions. And then if I'm in the office, I'm checking in with my executive director, seeing what needs to get done. I usually send out a lot of press releases, and I try to schedule out posts so that they are going out on time. And sometimes emergencies happen, like I just created a press release for all of our April events because we are getting help from the city of Milford. So things like that, it's like there are things that come down through the pipeline, and then other things that may need to happen faster than others. So just prioritizing and then creating that time for my entrepreneurship, getting new clients and fostering relationships with old clients that I have too. So I try to email people pretty regularly, like, hey, are you looking for this? Are you looking for that? And then they feel they can do the same thing with me. I just had a client reach out through email about other things that I may be up to in terms of logos. And it's funny because I just finished a logo for another client, and I create illustrations for clients, what's it called? A employee of the month type of situation. So I've done various illustrations for clients to celebrate either the people they work with internally or externally. So that's another service I offer. And that goes back to my roots, being a cartooning major, going to college, and I've been to comic books, cartooning, storytelling for a long time, and I kind of connect that to branding and marketing. So everything overlaps. But yeah, it's all about balance. It's all about just figuring out what my why is. I really like helping people. I really like discovering what people need in terms of having their problem solved. And I solve problems through art, social media marketing, photography, and I do a little bit of not so much styling. I'll style myself, and I like giving fashion tips and advice, but I don't style people too much. I'm definitely open to it though, but it just hasn't happened yet. It's been more the art and the photography thing. But I just look at those as three tiers of my business, having the art, the photography, and then the menswear. And they all kind of support each other. I take my own menswear photos. And of course, being a professional artist, having a background where I can say I have different murals in New Haven. I've had my artwork in Times Square, worked really hard to get these opportunities. And I wouldn't be able to have these opportunities if I didn't keep my promises and if I wasn't really committed to the craft. I'm always working, in a healthy way, of course, always learning from other people, other YouTubers, other people on Instagram, social media. Also read a lot too. I'll be talking about a book that really inspired my career in a future video. The book's called Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. So I'll be discussing that in a future video, just kind of breaking down some of the major takeaways I had from the book. And I really just want this channel to not only be a resource to help people learn how to use technology like the Osmo Pocket 3, how to paint and draw digitally, how to dress well, but also just kind of passing along the things that I do to stay focused and stay balanced. So I just appreciate the feedback on my videos. I'm getting closer to 1,000 followers, and I'm just working on getting my watch hours up too. And it's being authentic. I want to have a channel that is just me, but also focus on helping other people too. So more soon. It's just a raw YouTube video that I wanted to put together real quick after a workout and before I start my day and get into the other things I need to do. So if you like the video, please subscribe. Supports the channel, of course. More tips and tricks to come soon. I tend to put out videos every Friday. I've got a lot of videos to edit, and then I'll be putting out shorts probably 2 to 3 times a week, so definitely look for that too. All right, bye for now. Like and subscribe.